Hello, everyone. My name is Tom Hogan. This is Trackside with Tom. I'm the owner and operator of Steel Highway Railcams, and I'm excited to be here with you tonight. We've got 22 people here initially logged in with us, and tonight I have Mr. Sam Bolte with us. Sam, how are you doing tonight?
Just fine, thank you.
Yeah. You were telling me before you were at a Colonel's game yesterday. Who won the game?
Colonels, walk-off grand slam.
Oh, wow. That is
Yes.
exciting.
Yes, even though we left early to beat the traffic.
Yeah. Okay. Because the traffic in downtown Cedar Rapids is so horrendous.
No. Leaving the game, it's a pain.
It kind of is. The parking lot isn't very well designed. That's fair.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
Yeah. But I mean, the whole 4,000 people that are at the game. Yes.
It was pretty packed, yeah, for opening day.
Right. And hello, we have our other co-host is Mr. Patrick Shea. How are you doing tonight, Patrick?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Yeah, Patrick, of course, got to witness the. What did you witness? The Sweet 16 and Elite 8 in the women's tournament. Is that where you traveled to?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So, keeping with the sports theme, Patrick was in the pep band for the Iowa women's basketball games a couple weeks ago. So, all right, well, we're going to get started tonight. We've got, obviously, exciting things to talk about. Somebody just pointed out we're 27 hours to CPKC becoming a thing. So, welcome, everyone. We are going to start out, though, by highlighting the fact that the new issue of Steel Highway is out for pre-order now. And we're going to look at some photography. And I know I shared a little... Sam and Patrick, did you guys see some of the photography that I shared the other day? Or were you online for that? I don't remember now.
I was not.
I was not there for that.
Oh, well, you are in for a treat tonight.
Oh, good.
So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to share the cover of the new magazine cover right here. So we have a Chris Lastovich shot of and you can't even make out the number boards, but we have a Chris Lastovich shot of a WC Jeep. And this to me, I mean, I'm not going to make fun of anybody for using a bunch of floodlights and spotlights, because I know there's some really cool things you can do with that. But for my liking, this is the way you really do night shots, with the kind of the dusk aspect to it, and especially with the, it's kind of a twilight look, really. So I don't know if Chris is on here with us tonight. I don't think he is, because I know that he has kids that he has to get to school too, just like I do. I just know that I invited Chris on to talk about his photography, and he said, yeah, we'll do that, but sometime over the summer. So now we have this fallen flag issue, and this is our cover photo. And if people want to get excited about getting the next magazine, the next issue of Steel Highway, this is reason number one right here. So, Sam,
this is off topic, but we have JP's Bar and Grill back in our chat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That was a good chat that time.
Yeah, it was. Hey, just so everybody knows, Buddy Burton actually went and ate at the 2nd Street station in Bellevue today. And Buddy, you can put it out here, but it was awesome. I mean, he left me a message today saying he was amazed with his Reuben sandwich and fries that he had there for lunch. And he was out railfanning the Marquette sub, so that's why he was over there. So, yes, a little plug for one of our hosts, for sure. All right. Now, guys, Sam and Patrick, let's talk about this cover photo a little bit. Sam, do you want to start out? What are your thoughts on it?
I mean, pretty much all I have to say is that it looks pretty sharp.
Yeah.
I like the look of it. Where was it shot?
Chris has not sent me his captions yet, so I don't know for sure.
Probably what? Stevens Point, maybe. That's a complete guess. Or is he in the Chicagoland area?
He's in the Chicago area. My guess
Oh.
is that this is either at Fond du Lac or at Neenah.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
That's a good guess.
Yep. So, Patrick, I know I showed you this particular photo earlier, and you're a big fan of the WC. So
I am.
Any thoughts before we move on to the next photo?
Apart from my liking for WC, not really.
Okay, well, that's fair.
People in chat saying you are a little quiet coming through the mic.
Oh, well, I can turn myself up. I have a whole mixer board right here. There we go. Turning up the volume. Yep. So, all right. The next photo that we are going to share is going to be an Adam Kaczynski photo. And we actually just had him on here, was it last week? But he has another fallen flag photo to share with us. And this is, well, clearly this is in Scranton, Pennsylvania, but we have a Lehigh Valley fallen flag photo. And this is a kind of a one-off paint scheme on a chop nose Alco. And this one is on the, let me think, the Delaware Lackawanna. Is that the name of the short line that this is on?
I
believe so.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah. DNL. Yeah.
Yes, I believe so.
So, anyway, this was a Adam Kaczynski photo, and we're sharing this. This is going to be in the magazine also. And, you know, a light power move, but still nice daylight here. The background telling you exactly where you're at. And getting the Lehigh Valley Heritage Unit, because this is part of their track is former Lehigh Valley track that was absorbed into Conrail, and then some of it was spun off into short lines. So that's how this occurred. And this outfit is kind of a refuge for old Alcos. Yes, the Alco Olix, as people call it. Yes, exactly.
Yes,
that's right. So, as we move on, we
Just
are going
question,
to...
do we have any photos in this issue that are film scans?
Well, this next one that I'm going to show you, it's a photo from 1994. This is actually something that's going into the time capsule.
Okay.
At the end of and this is a scan. This is a scan from a 35 millimeter slide that was submitted.
All right.
And here it is. And I'll tell you, this photo is from Craig Williams. And we are at the Des Moines River Valley. The train is eastbound, I believe. Yes, the train is eastbound. And so the head end is on the Iowa side, heading toward Argyle and Fort Madison, eventually. But just some classic Santa Fe power here. This is pre-merger, actually. This is a 1994 photo, June of 1994. And Craig did send his notes along with me for these slides. And we have the, we have the Santa Fe equivalent of what we now call the mail train, right? But it's all the trailers on flat cars. And so you can see it's not exactly the quality of the digital photography, but still just a really good photo that we've got here.
It is. It's a very, very impressive.
Yeah.
Fortunately, yeah, like you said, you really can't get back there because it's all trade in and there's coyotes.
Yeah.
But
it's not the greatest place in the world to be anymore. But
No.
yeah, we've got. So I don't know. Let's see here. we've got the Santa Fe 814 leading, the 571 second out, and looks like 529 third out. I think this is an all GE consist from what I'm looking at here. But yes, this is very, very, very common power on the Santa Fe at this time, especially on these Toff-C trains that were running Chicago to Los Angeles and the like. All right. So the next photo that I have to share, and where is this? Mr. Jansen. Henry Jansen. And we have now a little more recent photo. But this is, in fact, from the Iron Range. And we have the couple of, I believe that you can't see this, but he submitted 2 photos, and this is just the second one in the sequence. But this is it's actually a Bessemer unit leading a couple of repainted CN engines. But he got the Bessie leading, and you can see that the early morning temperatures are just right, that he's got the steam coming off of the taconite as it's pulled out of the mine there.
Yeah, but during the winter, it'd be steaming all day.
That's
much.
True, yeah.
Yeah, especially since it's so cold up there.
Yeah, well, and you can see, I'm pretty sure that this is, yeah, you can see the long shadows. This is pretty early in the morning when he took this photo.
I'd say this is maybe 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Maybe 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, something like that.
Right. Yeah, I buy that.
Yeah.
So anyway, yes, an Iron Range photo.
You know, Tom, this looks like a great place for a webcam, Munger.
I know, doesn't it? I suppose we could segue into that. April 30th, I'm going up to Munger to put in a webcam, and it's going to be further west from this location, but it's going to be looking at this under-over spot. So definitely looking forward to having an Iron Range webcam for the first time.
I think that'll be fairly popular.
I imagine so. I think that is a reasonable conclusion. All right, a couple more photos that I had to share. Oh yes, Andrew Elgis. Andrew has done a lot of video work. He creates not all of the videos, but a lot of the videos that end up going into the QR codes that you can, or that link through the QR codes. And Andrew, on this particular day, he's got a former BN executive Mac leading an empty coal train. This is westbound, and I believe this is at Lucas, Iowa. This overpass is, as much as you can call Lucas a town, I guess. But former executive Mac, but re-stenciled with the BNSF lettering. So another fallen flag, nonetheless. And yeah, a fairly rare catch, honestly, to get these things leading anymore. Now, the next thing I'm going to tell you is that I got, there is an engine that brings out kind of the best and the worst in people when they see this. And somebody submitted a photo of it, and I just had to share it. This is from Joseph LeMay, and he submitted a photo of the BNSF barf bonnet. And I had actually forgotten that this thing exists, honestly. And I believe it's repainted now.
I'm sure it is.
I think it's either, I could be wrong. I think it's either in storage or they rebuilt it. I think
it's repainted. I'm reasonably confident it's been repainted.
No. Yeah, that painting's been gone for almost a decade.
I think it's been rebuilt as a mace.
Oh, that could be.
You're right.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I don't think it's been rebuilt.
So
Maybe not. Maybe it's just a Mac, but
'cause
it's
it's a
in
nine- I believe-
H3.
I believe the only Macs that were rebuilt were the 9700s.
Okay. So then it's just a regular Mac in H3.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Yep.
well, either way, it's not really a fallen flag or a heritage unit, so I'm not going to include this in the magazine. But because it was submitted, and it's got the searchlights there at Downers Grove, we're in an eastbound loaded coal train at Downers Grove on the racetrack, and we got the barf bonnet leading, and I felt like I was compelled to just share this photo because of the fact that why can't you? I mean, how often are you going to see this thing anymore? So that was my rationale. So thank you, Joseph LeMay, and everyone else for submitting photos for this month's magazine. And the last thing I'm going to do before we transition over to looking at some webcams is I'm just going to pull up the Steel Highway website. We actually have a redesigned website now. And you can see right here, we have issue number 0007. And that is available for pre-order right now. It's got the previews with the photos that I already shared. And you can also subscribe for the year. You'll get issue number 6 and issue number 7 when it comes out. But this is going to be out on May 1st. That's my deadline with the printer. So it's going to be out there sometime getting to people's mailboxes in the first week of May. So make sure and order it. Order this copy if it's something you want, or subscribe for the whole year, either way. And if you join the channel at any level of membership that you join the channel, you will also get a subscription to the Steel Highway magazine included with that. So, that's my sales pitch for the night. Thank you everyone for listening, and I certainly hope that everyone enjoys the photography that we have available in the Steel Highway magazines. And now we are going to transition over to some webcams. Now to start out with, I was actually given several timestamps at Manley and Iowa Falls. So I was going to start out with that because we haven't visited Manley much recently. The camera was offline for getting pushed down by the snow coming off the top of the building. And we will definitely check in briefly here at Manley and Iowa Falls before we jump around to some other cameras. Why am I not... I am not seeing what I'm looking for here. Oh, there it is. I scrolled right past it. That's why. All right. And we are going to back up a little bit and go to 1624. We actually had a daylight move on the Iowa Northern at Manley today. And I wanted to give, because we just don't get this far north on the Iowa Northern system, we just don't get very many daylight moves. And so I wanted to...
Well, oh, go ahead.
Oh, what's that?
No, I was just saying, I'd say through Manly, it's fairly common to see it running in daylight. Fairly. You know, you sometimes get your night runs, but sometimes they leave early in the morning going south. Yeah.
And maybe it was just the time of year, but I felt like that we had a hard time finding daylight moves at Manley over the winter when we were looking at this webcam before. So 16...
Yeah, probably over the winter it'd be a little harder to find, yeah.
Yeah. I am not finding what I'm looking for here.
What is the timestamp?
16:24:10 is the timestamp I was given. So we gotta jump back just a little. Oh, wait a second. We found it. I found it. Here we go. So, all right. We have got the lights and gates coming down. And this is going to be the UP Job 17 with some standard cab EMDs. It looks like so this is one of the jobs that works north out of Mason City.
Oh, wait. Yeah, apparently there's been no out northern today, so I don't know if that's weird.
Well, this was, I might have misread my note here, but yes. Either way, the standard cab EMDs are always something nice to find for sure. And the UP has been pretty good about running these on the locals between Des Moines and Mason City and up to South St. Paul recently.
Yeah, that's a pretty common occurrence,
Yes.
I'd say.
All right.
I can't.
So I was going to try. Wow, we have a ton of comments here. We got 65 people online. Thank you, everyone, for checking in. We've got Lodestone, Stephen Kern, Barry up in Butler, Tracy, Turf, Michael Richmond, Daniel Swanson, Trainmaster, H.O. Scale, Southeast Iowa Railfans. That's Gavin and Garrett down there in Washington and Mount Pleasant. All right, so we got that. So we're going to jump over to Iowa Falls next. And apparently we had a kind of a late 571 making his way through Iowa Falls today. So we're going to jump over to Mills Tower.
How late, exactly? Oh, we have a train going through right now.
We do. This is a northbound on the UP side.
Yeah, let's see what it had. It could have. Maybe it's something interesting.
Well, we're going to back it up and see what we got here. Oh, I didn't go.
I was gonna say we had a
Yeah, you can click the
never
arrows on your
mind.
computer. Like when you get really close, you can click the arrows and it goes back like 10 seconds every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here. Let's see what it is.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we had a rock train on the interstate, but I don't think that would have gone by West Liberty today.
Let's see. Jibo, SC70M, AC44, and that's that.
Yep.
If I'd have to guess, this is probably like maybe an NP. Shoot. I'm not gonna guess 'cause I don't know all the IDs out here.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's.
I don't know if trains run from Council Bluffs up there. I think they do. I just don't know the IDs.
Right. I do think that there's some kind of sometimes there's NPSS trains North Platte to South St. Paul, and sometimes they even run Boone to
yeah. Oh yeah, this could be a Boone train. Yeah.
Yeah. Boone to South St. Paul as well.
Yes.
All right. So what else have we got here? H.O. Scale. That's Brett. Michael Richmond. John. Oh, we got some. Is this the rear of the train already? No, those are some mid-train DPUs. Tyler, Kansas Train Videos, Jevo Lover. That should probably be Giles, except that someone stole that from him. And Drew Dobbins is on here. M. Helium, yep. Hawkeye Railfan, good to see you guys. Buddy Burton, we talked about him. Turf, M. Murphy. C train, K train. There's a lot of initials in trains going on. And Randolph Goodman. Thank you for the note, Randolph. Thanks for helping us correct that quickly. And Eastern Iowa Rail Productions. Let's see here. Riveted Rail Fan, that's Memphis. That's Memphis. That's Luke Winsenreed down in Memphis. And Westbound Patrick. You're chatting and you're talking to us at the same time. Dave Kroger.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Mississippi Southern Jeep 40X. All right. We've got just a ton of people in here chatting. So let's see here. I think, yes, Ore Train. We've got, I think we're pretty well caught up. Oh, here's a question. All right. Lucas, Drew Dobbins is in here. Lucas is a town. It's 2 buildings in a caboose. Well, yes, sure. All right. And then, how do you send in photos? Well, if you want to submit photos for the next issue, which is going to be 3 months from now, you can submit photos. Send photos to thesteelhighway@gmail.com. Oh, we got a note here. The 9647 is apparently in H3 now.
Yes, it is. Yep.
Yep, I see that. And
then we got... Oh, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yeah. It was repainted at Albia, apparently.
Yeah, that's right. And now we got our southbound line across now.
So this guy's making a meet.
Yes.
Well, that's perfect.
Yep.
We're going to jump right ahead to real time then.
And if you can see the light shining on the rails. So they're lined across now, and they're just about to get moving.
All right. Brian Rock Rail Fan. Daniel Swanson. AI34. Yeah. We've got lots of people here. Thank you, everyone, for checking in. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. M. Murphy. I tried to read through these comments and see Cliff McFerrin from West Liberty got his camera reset. But it's running again now. Eric Morrison, he's on. And, all right, I think, CNP 204, Mike Dittmers.
Yes. I believe that manifest was NPAL. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I just got to that comment. Yep.
Yeah.
So, all right, I will do my best. Oh, Ian, Trains of Minnesota. Joseph Joestar. Yep. I am going to try to keep up with the comments here. I'm going to do my best. But we'll see if I can pay attention to both, actually.
Yeah, and CN is still working town, so.
Oh, really? So they're west of the Diamond already?
Yeah, they've been there for like an hour and a half, almost an hour. Yeah.
All right. Well,
they've been here for a while.
I jumped ahead.
Still sitting there at the siding.
Yeah. So I jumped ahead to live time here. We got a lot of bugs out. It's starting to warm up here. It was 80-some degrees in eastern Iowa today.
Yeah, it was probably actually warmer up there. It was weird, but it was probably warmer up there, actually.
Yeah.
Some parts of the state got to 90.
Casey Kasem. How about checking the Atumwa webcam? Used to pass by there on my way to the convention in Davenport back in the day. All right. So, this guy is just sitting here. Can you see on ATCS, has he actually moved out of the siding yet?
They're not moving yet, I don't believe. But you can see their headlight.
All right.
So,
well, Let's back up a little bit then and see if we can find the CN local. Because you said he's been there for about an hour, so we should be able to back up and find him. Yep, I got him right there. We'll see what he's got pulling west across the diamond. So the CN, this is their Waterloo to Fort Dodge local, but they stop and interchange cars here at the here at Iowa Falls with the UP. So we'll check this out, see what his head end is, and then we'll go back to live time and see if that southbound has started moving off the siding yet. And it does kind of look like there's a nuclear explosion moving toward us, just a little bit. The headlights are a bit blinding.
Oh, God.
All right, what do we have for power on 571? Kind of tough to tell. I think that was a 70 and a 75, maybe.
They were both
275s.
It was 275s. Yep. All right. Yeah, there's just enough light out here that you can kind of make it out, but it really obscures things a bit. And we see the conductor riding the last car, riding his cutout to do his work in the small interchange yard that they have here with the UP. So, as he pulls across the diamond, all right, so that's what they set out to the UP, or at least some of it anyway. And we jump back ahead to live, and we're not seeing anything here.
Still, you see the headlights still.
Yeah. Well,
I think they said they're moving now. I think I heard that. I might have been wrong. I think they're moving now.
I don't know. If he was moving, I would expect to see an aspect change on how far the light is shining down the rail. If he's moving, he's moving very, very slow.
I may have heard that wrong, but...
Yeah. Well, let's jump down to Ottumwa, because we've got some timestamps here for actually a war bonnet leader.
Yes, the 552, I would assume.
That's right. So let's go over to Ottumwa and Mount Pleasant. We'll go over to Mount Pleasant, because has Amtrak gone through Mount Pleasant yet?
Oh, I don't.
We might be able to...
let me figure that out in like 2 seconds here. I couldn't find the 552 by Mount Pleasant, so I don't know. Like,
I've got a note here that says it went by at 14:20.
Okay.
So
I think you usually find them all pretty easily, but I guess not tonight.
Let's see here. 14:19. Here it is. I'm pretty sure it's great because you got fantastic line of sight here, looking almost a mile down the track at Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, so, I think I'm by then. That's right.
Yep. And since we started out the program talking about fallen flags and heritage units and things you don't see anymore, here's one coming down Main 1 at Mount Pleasant.
Huh.
And this is the leader is a Santa Fe B40.
Yes. Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
And just an FYI, that southbound is moving.
He is. All right.
They're approaching the diamond.
All right. And we have got, it looks like a solid cut of BNSF system hoppers here on the head end. We got some wagon wheel logo hoppers, some of the swoosh logos, some decent graffiti going by. Joe Parsons. Is this the same Joe Parsons of the Iowa Interstate that's on here? Hello, Giles. How are you doing? I thought you were getting on with us tonight as a co-host. All right, so there's there's our local. I guess that's a local. About, 20, 25 cars of grain that went by?
Yep.
And then if we skip ahead a little bit, it looks like at 1840, that's where we'll find Amtrak.
Oh, my God.
Yep, I found him. Here we go.
Ooh, here comes. Ooh.
And here is the westbound California Zephyr stampeding into Mount Pleasant. Can I use that term?
I don't see why not.
Probably.
Yeah. Grandstanding is the other term I would use. Man, he is really grinding up those brakes, stopping there. So, when we were on here on Monday, we saw a very short Southwest Chief go through Fort Madison. This seems to be more of a normal length of a California Zephyr going west today.
And we have a P40 leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's they don't. It's always P40s through here, pretty much.
Yeah, we have. I mean, they tested Chargers on this a couple of times, but you don't really see them very often. And they've deadheaded Chargers on the CZ a couple of times. But
yeah,
I have definitely not seen them running solo or without some kind of a P40 or P42 along with them. Yeah, number 5 is on Main 2. That's right. That's what we're watching right now. All right. Well, we found the California Zephyr. We found the war bonnet. Shall we jump back over and get our resolution to what we had at Iowa Falls here quick? Mills Tower. Because, yes, the southbound is pulling by. So we need to see what we had here. And here comes our southbound by Mills Tower. So, yes, Joe Parsons, thanks for joining us tonight. Well, this wasn't nearly as interesting as I was hoping. I was hoping we were going to get the overnight local that works between Mason City and Des Moines. But that's not what we got tonight.
Well,
we got some.
We got a 70M leader.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good leader.
I agree.
Yeah.
There are a couple of somewhat nice looking CNW hoppers in there.
Definitely. What train would this be? I'm not sure. I see a lot of. I don't. This might just be an SSDM.
Yeah, I mean, lots of grain hoppers. We got some tanks here. This seems very agriculturally based.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars from, obviously, Minnesota. I mean, that's just kind of a given, but, you know.
Yes. Southbound trains. Oh, they're saying this is... All right, so the train that we saw going by Mount Pleasant, apparently that's a BUR. The,
Yes, Berber, yep.
Yeah.
That's
I have
right.
not heard of that before. And
Yeah, that's a train now, just for the simple fact of, so the manifests don't work, you know, I believe Preston, because they used to do that, and they pretty much died. Or they used to work Osceola, because I believe that's where those grain cars are going, I think.
okay.
I believe that's where those grain cars are going. Yeah, and they died out on the main a lot, so they pretty much started this Berber up. They run the grain, you know, from Burlington all the way out to Osceola.
Right.
I believe that's what they do.
All right.
Yeah. And they work, I think, other places if they need to. I could be wrong about that.
Sure. Well, while we're rolling this guy by, let's say a little thank you to, we've had the Manley Junction Museum, so thank you to the Sabin family and Manley Junction for hosting the webcam up there. And the Iowa Falls Historical Society here in Iowa Falls at Mills Tower. And the Mount Pleasant Coffee Depot. And for anyone that's interested in this, there is going to be some rail fanning going on at Mount Pleasant this weekend. So there's a bunch of Iowa chapter guys that are going to be down there, myself included, that we're going to have our meet that we have twice a year, but we're also going to be doing some rail fanning around the area of the Mount Pleasant Depot. So if anyone's around on Saturday, that's where we're going to be, at least in the morning for sure.
Yes, and I will definitely try and be present. So
yeah. So yeah, if you want to come out and rail fan with the personalities here, be what they may, come on down to not to Fort Madison, to Mount Pleasant on Saturday morning, and that's where we're going to be hanging out. They're saying that the Burlington actually originates out of Galesburg. They don't know why they show it as being out of Burlington. But maybe it comes out of Galesburg, but then is a set out. So, yeah. But yes, definitely looking forward to seeing everyone that's going to be out this Saturday in Mount Pleasant. What do we got here?
Yes. And this is a SSDM. So.
Okay. And that's kind of what we expected.
Yep.
So, we will, after this, we'll jump back down. We will jump back down and check out some of the Canadian Pacific webcams, as we have the pending merger coming up here in literally just another day. And if anyone has some timestamps for Guttenberg or Dubuque or Bellevue or, why am I spacing this off, Muscatine, Washington, or Ottumwa, definitely put
I have a timestamp.
Oh, you do?
I have a timestamp. Yes, on Port Byron.
Oh, Port Byron, absolutely. Let's get a Port Byron timestamp.
Go to 1406. Or, sorry, 1606. There we go.
This is great, because this actually gives me a segue into something else that I wanted to talk about tonight. So thank you, Sam.
That was my sort of plan. That was my plan.
So first we're going to find the timestamp.
1606.
1606?
Correct. Over.
All right. Oh, 1610. We went a little too far. All right, we're at 1605, so we're going to make this work. So this is our host at Port Byron, Illinois. This is a private host down here. And we have the webcam. The webcam looks at the Nitron sub, which obviously doesn't get a whole lot of traffic. And here is the Nitron local making his way by the webcam. So we have one CP Jeep. I believe that's a Jeep 20 Eco. And a string of tank cars, which I'm guessing mostly came out of 3M up in Cordova.
Yeah, that's a fairly good guess, I'd say.
Yes.
I mean, there's a few customers up there, but, you know. Funny enough, they upgraded the line to welded rail, so that's something.
You know, I was up there getting this camera back online last week, and I was shocked by that. They have welded rail, and they've been replacing ties too.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they want to keep their customers happy, pretty much.
Yeah.
And you know what? Just for the fun of it, let's go to 1953 on this.
Yeah, or you got one on the other side of the river?
Maybe.
Maybe. So
Yeah,
across the
knows.
river is LeClaire, Iowa, and that is the CP Davenport sub. And there is a new Davenport sub, or CP DM&E Davenport sub kit. You said
53.
1953. Okay. We got to go
Yes,
ahead.
we're going back to 1953.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. Back to the future, baby.
Yes.
All right.
We're gonna see Milwaukee Road steam engine on the other side, definitely.
Yeah. So, the CP just turned on the CTC on the Davenport sub between Comanche and West Davenport. And Port Byron is now a receive site so that we can monitor the LeClaire siding and the control point that's at Pleasant Valley. So this is a webcam site, and yeah, there's not a whole lot of webcam activity here, but you do get the barge traffic, you do get the Nitron local in the foreground, and you can see that headlight that's moving across the river there, or excuse me, that's moving on the other side of the river. It's probably a 252 train, I would guess.
That's actually a pretty good guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing this is the 252, which is the Nahant to Bensonville train.
CP
Yeah.
detector, mile 179.
Oh, and we're getting the defect detector.
69 degrees. Axle 334, no alarm. Link 4695, mile 179.2 out.
All right. So that is this is our webcam location that also doubles as an ATCS site and allows us to monitor 3 control points on the Davenport sub. And we now have ATCS that can be monitored on the Davenport sub and on the Marquette sub that was installed and turned on last year. And it looks like somebody... Do we have a timestamp for Bellevue also? Somebody in the chat was talking about a Bellevue train and train by Bellevue and maybe a meet at Green Island. Thought I saw.
Yeah, from Dave.
Yeah, southbound at Bellevue and something northbound lined at Lake. Well, that would mean a Green Island meet. I think that's a pretty fair
Actually.
assumption to make. Yes.
Yeah. This train, is this maybe a sand train on the other? I can't tell. It kind of looks like it's just a single type of car, but it's really hard to tell. from
It's
over
it's
here.
impossible to tell for sure.
I think that's some sort of unit train.
Okay. Well,
'Cause the car has never changed, so that's.
if it's a
kinda
unit
interesting.
train, then we would have seen it potentially go by Bellevue or Dubuque because they don't run unit trains into.
Well, or you mean Muscatine or something? Or yeah.
Well, I was
Right,
thinking
yeah.
further ahead. Like
Yeah.
the unit trains go up to St. Paul.
Yes, and I believe it's approaching Green Island, or it's lined through Sebula because a northbound just went by Sebula maybe like 20 minutes ago.
All
And
right.
there's another one right line behind it, and there's a southbound line through Bellevue right now, so they're gonna have a meet at Green Island.
Well, while we're waiting for this southbound to show up, we will backtrack and find another timestamp at Bellevue. We know that we have a southbound coming, and we will check that out. Yeah, I didn't think we'd have to go too far. Here we go. So we've got... We've got one coming up here to Bellevue. This is at 20:53, so it's basically an hour after the train went by LeClaire. He would have to be really hustling to be up to Bellevue in an hour, so this is probably not the same train. But, interestingly enough, we've got... Wait, so that was an SD40? Was that 2 SD40s? Hang
I
on
believe
a
those were
second here.
ecos, 30 ecos.
30 ecos?
Yeah.
All right. We got a CN leader, which is pretty rare on the CP to begin with. And then, yes, a couple of SD30 Eco rebuilds. One single lone double stack there on the head end, followed by some auto racks. So I'm going to go out
Pigs
on a
up
limb
front,
here.
that's what we like to see.
Yes. Stacks on the
Yes.
head end. But this has got to be a 261.
Yes, that's 261.
Yeah. So definitely glad we found that. Some interesting power there. I didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. Now, this guy probably made a Dubuque meet with the southbound that's approaching Bellevue.
I would assume so. The thing is, like, it's been lined for a while and it still hasn't shown up. It's either taking its time or they're doing that thing where they line it all the way through Bellevue, even though it hasn't passed Dubuque yet.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure what the deal is. We'll see.
The 30s were dead in tow. That's interesting. I know Buddy was out. Buddy was out doing some rail fanning today. I don't know if he actually found that train during the day further south, but definitely interesting. Yeah, the Iowa Interstate doing track work. I don't know if we're going to get to an Iowa Interstate camera tonight, but we did see a work train by Grinnell on Monday that was following the CBBI train through Grinnell. And I know that we've had multiple reports of the track windows and the effect that it has on the schedule for the Iowa Interstate, specifically on the Iowa City sub between Iowa City and South Amana. So what else have we got here? Yeah, he got this guy at Pleasant Valley. All right. So, as we're watching this guy roll by, this is another webcam that doubles it as an ATCS site, and we're getting 3 control points here, I think, and we should be getting more control points once they get the Bellevue siding built, which is, I guess, supposed to happen this summer. They've been doing dirt work to grade out the Bellevue siding, which is going to be north of town. We should start getting 4 control points from this location. 2 hold signals and both ends of the Bellevue siding. There's some steel coil cars that don't have the covers on them. And we've got a mid-train DPU. Is that one of those ACU rebuilds?
Yes. Looks like it.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, this train is just approaching Wood now. So yeah, I was right. They definitely not. They still have not made their meets.
Right.
Yeah.
Which means that we don't have anything to see on the Dubuque camera yet either. We just go up there and watch this guy go by another camera, I guess.
Pretty much. Yeah, this is why the Bellevue sidings can be really helpful for them. I'm honestly surprised. I mean, I guess they really don't have much room for it. They'd have to do like a lot to make a siding literally just south of Wood. They'd have to. So it'd be something else.
There was a siding called Caddies that was between Wood and the Catfish Creek Bridge, and it was something like exactly 1 mile. It was 5,200 and some feet, just short of a mile.
Huh.
Yeah, that's been gone for a long time, and you can't really make meets with 5,000-foot sidings anymore. So that's been gone for a while.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, if they really wanted to spend the money, just to, handle more traffic, they could, I guess, technically rebuild that and then make the Catfish Creek Bridge a double track and make a super siding. But, are they going to do that? Probably not.
Nah.
unless they really need to. But
I don't really see that.
Yeah, no.
I mean, there's some things that I've been really surprised about that have happened since this CPKC merger was announced. But that one is way up there on the list of things that I'd be like, holy crap, if that happened. That would be very...
Yeah, and unless, like, traffic is crazy and, they have no other options. No, here's what they're going to do. They're going to tunnel around Dubuque. There you go.
Oh, yeah? Just go right underneath of the CN and come out under the bluff?
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Get rid of the wood interlocking?
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to file that one right under never also.
Mm-hmm.
There is the rear of our 261. All right. So, we're going to go back here a little bit further and see if we can find our K38 and K39, because they generally have some pretty interesting power also. And I'm going to scroll back here a ways and see what I can find. And this is, like I say, it's another area where you can monitor with the DM&E map, the DM&E CP map, I should say. You can monitor trains through this location on ATCS. So, as we scroll back here, apparently it was kind of a slow afternoon in Bellevue. But, we're going to go back, and look for, apparently, the Canadian Pacific's their train modeling, their actual traffic levels haven't quite caught up with the models that they submitted to the STB. We're having to go back quite a little ways to find another train. I was really hoping...
K38 was a KCS ace.
It was? Well, that makes me really want to find it now. But we've got to find a timestamp for it. If we can do that, that would be ideal.
He said 12 something.
12 something.
12 something.
My favorite 13. Time of day.
Yeah.
It really is.
Isn't that a song? It's 12 o'clock somewhere? Or I think I might be getting the lyrics wrong.
I guess.
I found
Pretty sure it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. All right. Here's our KCS ace. So, yeah, southbound KCS ace going through Bellevue. Sandhoppers on the head end. Soon to be fallen flag. The flag is literally getting lowered tomorrow. And this is also 2nd Street Station is where Buddy was talking to me about having lunch today, and he was very amazed with his Reuben sandwich and fries that he had. So if you are in the Bellevue area, you should definitely stop in at our host, 2nd Street Station, order some food, and tell them you appreciate them. Tell them that you appreciate them hosting the webcam here. We got 70 people online tonight. This is amazing. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We had looks like a peak of 72. Let's see here.
That might be one of the higher counts I've ever seen, to be honest.
It is.
At least with me being on.
It definitely is. So, let's see here. Live train cam somewhere along Brightline's FEC rail line. Well, sure, but Florida's a little bit of a stretch for me to get out to install a webcam, but I appreciate your enthusiasm. So, yes, 70 people watching. There's the timestamp. Yeah, 5 o'clock somewhere. I know. I was messing around. Let's see here. Ballast train by here early morning. We might have already bypassed the timestamp for that, but those ballast trains, a lot of times they'll have SD60s on them, or the rebuild SD40s.
Yeah, but a lot of times lately it's been KCS Max, which you don't hear me complaining about.
Yeah. Yeah, the one that definitely, the ballast train that was led by that KCS unit, what was that, yesterday?
There was one today. There might have been one yesterday. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that definitely garnered some attention. I feel like this is a very long K38 today.
It kind of is. There's a lot of traffic today.
There's some
And there's your
riprap cars
Clayton.
on the rear.
And those are Clayton rock loads.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And there's the conclusion.
Yeah.
38.
Well, we're going to do one more timestamp, and then we are going to call it a night. We're getting right up to an hour here, but the time definitely flies by when you're having fun.
Is there anywhere specific you'd want it?
You got a timestamp for me? Give me something quick here.
On any cam?
Anywhere. Just give me something.
Grand Mound, 1800.
Grand Mound 1800. All right. Well, we are going to get to the UP. What do you know?
Yes.
Grand Mound, Iowa. UP Clinton sub. About 25 miles from the crew change point at Clinton. 24.9 miles to be exact. 1800 on the nose.
Yes.
So we're going to jump back. 1825. We got to go back a little bit further than that. And, oh, I think I got the middle of the train. That wasn't what I was shooting for. I want the head end of the train. All right.
I believe this is the Brooklyn Z, I believe.
All right. Well, while we are waiting for our train to show up, I'm going to obviously say thank you to everybody for logging in today. And I think that in about 12 seconds here, we're going to have a westbound UP container train show up.
Yes, with a really nice lash up and a good leader.
Well, what more can you really ask for?
Not much.
Yeah. And it says, ZG2BR. You got it right.
Yep.
So no, Buddy Burton, this is not the ethanol train.
Yeah, no, there was a couple of ethanols, one with the NS and one with the CSX. Nope.
Yeah. Oh, Giles. Giles got hit by Nightbot for putting too many emojis out. But, yes, Giles, it is the bird. Got an NS motor in the middle of the consist there.
Yes, so we have a beautiful AC60 leading.
Uh-huh. And a couple of different UP paint schemes present there.
Yes. And this is pretty much all double stacks except for the end with a tiny bit of piggyback. You'll see that in a little second here.
Right. Well, we've got 53-foot containers here on the head end.
Yes. And then there's all the Schneiders.
Swift, Hub Group, XPO, yep. Schneider is showing UP the love. Hub Group again.
Yes, just like the good old days when they used to run the piggybacks.
That's right. There's a Pacer stack train. You know, do you remember the arrow wedges that the UP used to use?
Yes, I do, and they were a failure, but I did like them. They were cool.
Yeah. Somebody showed me.
I kind of missed them.
Somebody sent me a photo of a whole bunch of those stacked up. Here's the rear of our train. Just stacked up waiting to get scrapped. One UPS trailer, and it looked like one maybe one other trailer on the rear. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. That's going to be our last train of the evening. Make sure and check out steel-highway.com and make sure and order your copy of Steel Highway if you haven't already. We got some fantastic photography for everybody to share, and I'm really looking forward to getting this next issue out for people to enjoy. And if you order now, you're going to be right up there in the first couple of people when you get it that first week. So order the magazine, order the subscription for the year, and get a discount on the magazines. So otherwise, Patrick, thanks for being on with us tonight. And,
yeah, no problem.
Yeah, Sam, thank you for being on tonight. Definitely appreciate it.
Yeah,
And
always happy to be here.
yeah, we will be back on Monday. So, Monday at noon. See everyone then.
Take care.